How can I play with the hand I have been dealt? First of all, this is not a real question, meaning it was not sent to me. I made it up myself because I wanted to talk about something that happened yesterday. Now, for people not living in English-speaking countries, when you are playing cards, the person giving you the cards is called a dealer. And they usually say to this person, deal. And then the cards you have in your hands are called a hand. Like, I have a bad hand. This simply means you have bad cards. Or, I have a good hand. It simply means you have good cards. Now, let's go back to the question. How can I play with the hand I have been dealt? A few days ago, or I think it was about a week ago, a shark in somewhere in North Carolina or South Carolina attacked two teenagers and bit off. Each one of the two teenagers lost a limb. And I saw the interview with a young 15-year-old boy where the shark bit off his hand. And the boy was 15, and he was saying to the reporter, there are two ways I can go about this. I can spend my life feeling sorry and complaining about it, or I can play with the hand I was dealt, meaning the cards. I can play with the cards I was dealt and get on with my life. And I got so emotional, I started to cry. And I'm thinking, I am 40 years older than this guy, and I never thought of this. I never appreciated the cards that I have been dealt in my life, which have been very good. So then I left my laptop and I went where I'm living at the moment. I'm right next to a forest from the back side of the house. And I went walking into the forest for over 2 hours, continually thinking of the good cards that have come my way in this life, and continually saying to the universe, I have been dealt a good hand. I have been dealt a good hand. You see, we never focus on the positive. We constantly focus on the hand we were not dealt. We constantly focus on the cards we do not have. And we complain about this. We never focus on the cards we do have. And yes, some of us have been dealt some bad cards. Cards that are all over the place. Cards that don't make sense. But we can easily say to ourselves, these are the cards I have been dealt in my life, in this life, because we come here many times. Let me see what I can do with this. And then go into the positive thinking and create something with what we already have. But I would say, instead of focusing on creating with what we already have, how about we focus on not focusing anymore on what we do not have? Because then we will automatically start seeing what we do have and start appreciating what we do have. Because in most countries in the world, we have so much. And yet we are always focusing on the few things we do not have. Just this morning, I read an article online. There was a 9-year study that found people with pessimism make less money than people with optimism. I don't know why I mentioned that. It just came to me right now. So, this one was not a regular question from anybody, but I just had to mention because since yesterday when I heard this on YouTube, when I heard the interview from this little boy, well, not little, this young man, I feel like my life has changed again. And now, even though it's only been 24 hours, I'm totally focusing on all the little things I have. Not physical things. I don't have many physical things. I'm over that by now. Not that it's wrong to have physical things. It's just that I'm older now and I'm happier with less things. Meaning, my health, my body that can get me anywhere. My body that people still find attractive. So I feel wanted. My brain. My dexterity, meaning that my hands can move easily. My fingers can move easily. My choices. The fact that I can choose to live in almost any country I want. And this is what I do. All those things, I just used to take them for granted. I think I will leave it at this, because this is all I have for the moment.